welcome to Grandma B's Busy Life. I'm Brenda. I'm so happy that you're here and you clicked on my video. I really appreciate it. So this morning I went out to my garden and my kale is exploding. And I had a good head of lettuce. And so I cut some of those off and I'm going to make a salad out of them. And I'm going to use one of my favorite homemade salad dressings, creamy honey mustard. Most of the time honey mustard is a vinaigrette, and I do put vinegar in it, but that's not the base of this dressing. It is creamy and amazing. Let me show you how I do it. All right, these are the things I pulled out of my garden. I have a ton of kale. Now I cut the kale at the top, even though I know there's some new growth in there, because I found if I cut the tops off, well, Grandpa B taught me this. If I cut the tops off, the bottom grows so much better. So I've got a pile of kale and a pile of lettuce. First things first, they need to be washed. So I'm just going to wash the grains in the sink and set them on a towel to kind of drip dry, and then I'll cut them up into the salad. So here it is, just dripping a little bit, trying to get as much water off as possible. And over here, I have all the stems from the kale. The kale stems are a little bit fibrous for me, but they're perfect for my rabbits. So let's go outside and feed them to my rabbits. This is Bonnie. When she's getting excited, she loves these kale. This is Clyde. He is the sweetest bunny ever. Here, Clyde, there's some kale for you. All right, I'm going to make a creamy honey mustard. I'm going to start with my homemade mustard, and a video will be coming out shortly about that. About a tablespoon. Truth be told, I rarely measure. And about a tablespoon of honey. Man, my phones are blowing up. And a little bit, about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This is homemade apple cider vinegar. The mustard already has some vinegar in it, so I don't want it to be too tangy. I would normally use homemade yogurt, but I don't have any. I have this, so I'm just going to use some of this. A big spoonful. It's probably 2 tablespoons. Let's say 3 tablespoons. And this is my homemade all-purpose seasoning, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that in, not much. This just has the perfect amount of salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic and onion. Let me whisk that up first. You can do this with a little more oil and a little more vinegar to make this honey mustard, but I really like it creamy, so I use the yogurt. And then I'm just going to whisk in a little bit of oil, only about a tablespoon. I just want it to be emulsified. Oh, it looks so good. All right, let me give it a little test. Just going to put a little bit on the spoon and taste it. That's perfect. It's ready. So let me tell you a couple of things. I did use my homemade mustard, and my homemade mustard is fairly spicy. I like it that way. Could you use yellow mustard? Yeah, it won't be the same. You could use a whole grain mustard. Mine is a whole grain mustard that's been ground down. So it wasn't made from mustard powder. It was made from whole grain mustard, seed. And the yogurt really would be better if it was a Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt's thicker, so you would have to thin it out a little bit, maybe with some buttermilk or with some regular milk. I would personally use the whey from making homemade yogurt. If I was using my homemade yogurt, I would use the whey from making my homemade yogurt to just thin it down. So you don't have to use the exact ingredients I did. The key is getting the proportions about right. It's about equal amounts of the mustard, the honey, the oil, the apple cider vinegar, and then whatever seasonings and yogurt, the yogurt for as creamy as you want it. Here's another thing. You can use this to cook chicken. I love to put boneless, skinless chicken breasts on a sheet pan and cover it in this sauce and bake it. It's so good. You just bake it till the chicken's done. It gives it the greatest glaze on top. And then cutting that chicken up and putting it on top of your salad, even better. You can use this on pork. You can use this on a steak. Really, it's really good on anything. But I really like it as a salad dressing. I use it lots of different ways. One of my favorite dressings. So let's put the salad together. So for the salad, I did add some shredded carrots to it, just for color and a little bit more nutrition. I know, it doesn't add much, but it's something. So I'm just going to put a handful of this in here. I have some cooked bacon. There's kale and carrots in there because I am not cleaning the cutting board twice. And then I have my bowl that's nearly empty because I put the rest into the bottle. So I'll just scrape what's left of this out on top of my salad. Now it depends what greens you're using. If this is something that you can mix up ahead of time, my kale will hold up really well to the sauce and it will be fine later today or tomorrow. The lettuce not so much. So if you're using mostly cabbage and kale, it will hold up. Lettuce gets a little soggy, but I'm going to eat this right now. Now this would be really good with grilled chicken on top. I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to eat it just like this. Look how yummy that looks. Right? Oh my gosh, Becky. All right, let's test it. That's a big bite. I can handle it. Do this. Oh my. The bacon? Excellent addition. It was an afterthought for me, but oh my. I love that it's a spicy mustard. It gives it just the right kick. If you don't like it as spicy, use a different mustard. So good, so fresh, right from my garden, homemade salad dressing. What better? Man, it was perfect for today. I hope you have a great day. I will see you again soon.